Hello, welcome to Gen Z Finance. I'm an older Gen Z here on YouTube documenting my financial journey. For today's video, I'm doing something a little bit different than I've ever done on my channel before. I am collaborating with several amazing ladies that are here on YouTube and Instagram, and we are all doing a what I spend in a week vlog. However, vlogging is not really what I'm best at, so I will be covering what I spend in a week and be sharing a couple of clips, but I'm also going to add a component and show you all how I manage my money throughout the week in real time as I update my budget and other spreadsheets that I use to track my investments and net worth. So if you're new to my channel, here's a couple fast facts about me. As the other slide suggests, I am 23 years old and I do live in Tampa, Florida. I do live at home for cheap. If you're wondering just how cheap is, you can check any of my literally dozens of budget with me's or monthly reviews to get an idea of exactly what my monthly expenses are. I am debt-free as of September of 2020, and now I am focusing on investing and saving for financial independence, which is a theme that I share with the other wonderful ladies who are doing this collaboration. And finally, since I am going to talk about how I manage my money throughout the week, I do use YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget, and I also use homemade spreadsheets to help organize my money. So I will be going over all of this more in detail as we continue. If you're brand new to my channel and you're wondering, hey, what do you look like? Where's your face? I am completely anonymous on this channel, but I promise I am not anonymous with my numbers. So with all of that out of the way, let's get started. So for my first transaction for the week on Friday, February 12th, I completely forgot to film it while I made the transaction, but here's a screenshot of my order. Me and my mom decided to be bad and we got Moe's. They were having a deal where it was buy one entree, get one free, so you can see that coupon for about $9.30. So in total, we got 2 entrees and a cup of queso for just under $15. I put it on my credit card, but my mom actually ended up reimbursing me and just sending me $15 back to my checking account. So I did want to say that, but I put it on my credit card for a couple of days, so I decided to count it as spending. So here I am in YNAB just entering in the transaction. The payee is Moe's, the category is dining out, and then the outflow was $14.79. And then the last thing I do is I come over here to this flag. I have flag systems in YNAB, and some of them just track my income. To track my spending, I use yellow, orange, and red. Yellow is planned or good spending. Orange is, it's not bad, but it definitely wasn't planned and I probably shouldn't have done it. And then bad is like, as soon as I made the purchase, I was like, why did I make this purchase? I didn't need to. So I think for Moe's, we're gonna do orange. It was not necessary spending, but it was pretty cheap, so I'm not gonna stress about that. Okay, so that is that transaction. I'm doing a little bit of a vlog for this one. It is about 8 a.m. early on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and I am walking the dog, and then I'm gonna take the dog on a short drive over to Starbucks and get myself a pink drink. So I will show you that when I'm there. We're here at Starbucks. Oh, I got an order.
Thank you for shooting the Starbucks so I can get started for you.
Can I get a venti pink drink?
Okay.
That's gonna be it.
Alright, $5.70 for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to have to turn off my vlog now because I need to use my phone to pay for Starbucks, but I've already paid for it because I'm using the Starbucks app where I preloaded it last week. So this won't be counted in my total for the week. So getting a pink drink for Valentine's Day. I'm listening to Taylor Swift, Back to December. Perfect song for Valentine's Day. Getting hyped for the Fearless re-release. I think these are good any time of day, any time of year, but for Valentine's Day especially, it's pink, it's got the strawberries, which kind of look like hearts. So I'm doing it as a treat to myself for Valentine's Day, and I'm also doing it as a treat and reward for myself for a certain milestone that I passed this week, which you will see me talk about in just a couple of seconds. I'm gonna walk you through what that milestone is and how I update and track that milestone in my spreadsheets. Also, I really don't need an excuse ever for Starbucks. Now I'm just rambling. Oh, that is so good. All right, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, y'all, so as promised, I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through a couple of the things that I do to update my spreadsheets throughout the weeks and months, and then at the end, I will reveal what my new milestone was that I was celebrating with that pink drink. This is a quick and dirty spreadsheet I created. It's my 2021 investing log. I've taken a couple of pictures of it and posted it on my Instagram before, but this is how I track my investing. So you can see I have the date, what account the investment is in, the symbol, and then the asset type, and then the total invested. And so this allows me to just have like a quick snapshot so I don't have to constantly go back and forth in between my spreadsheets and then my account. I just like to have it all in one place. So I need to update this spreadsheet because on February 12th, which was this past Friday, I got paid again. So that means that money went into my 401k and I need to track that. So this is how I do this. So you can see I've already selected the account. It's going into my pre-tax 401k, and then I have a portion going into my Roth 401k, buying these 4 different types of index funds. So what I'm going to do is pop over to my Fidelity 401k website, and what I'm looking at is the transaction history. You can see these 4 transactions on the 12th. They were all my contributions, and this is what I use. So it does tell me the total amount that went into that type of fund and then the number of shares. So for VNIUX, I purchased 1.56 shares and the total price was $542.77. And then I can just create a really quick formula where I take the price divided by the number of shares, and that tells me that the price of VNIX at the time that the money went into the fund was $347.93. And so then I just do the same thing for all of these. So now that this investing spreadsheet is updated, these numbers will feed into this matrix. So if you read it across, it tracks how much I've invested in each account. And if you read it down, it tracks how much I invested in each asset type. So for example, in total, I've invested $887.13 in international stocks because I'm reading this middle column, but that was broken down into $742 in my HSA and $144 in my taxable brokerage account. Overall, so far in the year, I've invested $4,400, which means I am almost 14% complete of my entire goal, which is to invest about $32,000. So this automatically updates based on what is entered here. So now that I have updated all of my holdings and tracking and investing, I'm going to come over here to my visual net worth tracker. And every time I hit one of these milestones, which is every $10,000, I highlight that line in this purple color, and then I just track the date that I achieved it. And even though I'm filming this video in February, where it's actually not being posted until March, so I might have talked about this in my February wrap up as well, but I have hit a $50,000 net worth for the very first time. And I'm actually hit it this weekend, the weekend of February 14th. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that date in. So this is an example of some of the spreadsheets I update throughout the month. I won't update these every single day like I am doing in this video. I usually just do this once a week or maybe every other week, but I'll be coming back to this spreadsheet later in this video. Okay, so February 15th was President's Day, and I actually had the day off, but I did have to purchase something and then run over to Walgreens to pick it up. So this is what you see me doing in this clip. It was for $17.83. The payee is gonna be a Walgreens, and so the category will be, it was for some like health and wellness product, but I'll just put that under other. And I'm going to categorize this as orange, and I'm going to save that transaction. And you can see that my other/miscellaneous category decreased from, I think it was $85 to $67. Okay, so here I am at Walgreens. I went ahead and ordered online, and it's going to be curbside pickup. So I'm going to just chill in my car a little bit, and then they're going to bring it out to me. And look who's here with me. It's my dog. This is Luna. She loves car rides, so she's just along for the ride. And yes, I am still listening to Taylor Swift. Update, it is 9:20. They brought it out to me. That is checked off the box. Now I guess it's time to go back home, Luna. Maybe I'll take you on a walk, okay? All right. Today is February 16th, and I'm actually going to submit my taxes for 2020, and as you can see up here, I'm probably going to owe around $63. So I'm just going to go through everything one more time to make sure it's correct, and then I'll show you what my final total is. So I have gone ahead and e-filed my taxes. It was $63. I'm now in YNAB. The IRS still needs to accept my tax documents, but I'm gonna go ahead and add a transaction for today to account for this. The payee will be the government, category will be taxes, and the outflow will be $63. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this as yellow. Yellow signifies this is good or planned spending, and even though it's not necessarily good spending, I'm not gonna get mad at paying my taxes because honestly, I'm not a child. So far, that is all I've spent today. The only other thing that happened today is I did have $50 invested into my M1 taxable account. This transaction happens every Monday for $50, but since yesterday was President's Day and a banking holiday, it did not hit my account until today. So I wanted to touch on that briefly. So that's everything for me for right now. If anything else happens, I will update y'all. Okay, today is February 18th and we are going to be updating some things in the budget and my spreadsheets. So I'm going to come over to, this is my M1 account, and you can see I got a referral bonus for $30. And then since I have auto invest turned on, it automatically bought into my pie today as well. So we're going to update a couple things and track these two activities. I bought 0.1 of VXUS at $63.79. So I'm going to come to my investing log and add this in. Now I'm looking at what I bought in VTI. I bought, again, 0.11 shares at $205.23. Now that is updated, this matrix has been updated as well. And now I'm going to come into YNAB, go to my M1 taxable account, add a transaction for today. The payee will be referral bonus and the inflow will be $30. I like to do this because I want to track how much I'm contributing to the account every month. And now I'm going to come to my Chase credit card and make sure that's reconciled. Looks like there was a transaction. This is going to be a bank credit. I used one of my Chase offers for this. Yeah, we're going to put it in dining out, and this was Mo's Chase offer, and it was an inflow of $1.48. So we're going to save that. That cleared. And we're going to tag this as blue because it is another type of income / reimbursement. And then I believe all of my other accounts are reconciled. All right, that's going to be everything to do in my budget for now. I will let y'all know and update y'all if there is anything else that happens. Okay, it is still February 18th. I am back on YNAB because I wanted to update you on some things. So this week I opened a new bank account at a separate institution from my normal banking, and that account is specifically for any, I guess, quote unquote business expenses or any income I make from my channel. As you can see here, I have $157.37 that I have set aside in my personal budget to help me with startup costs. So today I went ahead and set up a transfer for that account, and I need to enter that transaction. But what I'm actually going to do is going to add an account. This is going to be an unlinked, and it's going to be a tracking account. So this is going to be an account that doesn't impact my budget. So it's going to be an asset, and I'm going to call this, and the current account balance is 0. Then I'm going to come to my main checking account. The payee is going to be a transfer to my business checking, and the category is going to be the annual finance. The outflow, I just set up the transaction to be $150. I'm going to save that, and if I go back into my budget, it now shows as I spent that $150 because it has moved out of my on budget accounts. Even though it's in a tracking account now, that money, I used to have it available to me in my budget and now I don't. Okay, so that should be everything that I need to do in my budget today. Okay, it is me from the future. As I was filming this, I really felt like I was doing a great job at catching everything and showing y'all everything that was going on with my finances that week. But as I was editing this and just comparing all of my activity to what I had filmed and what I actually had in YNAB, I realized I had left out a couple of big transactions. So here is a roundup of some missed activity. I never showed y'all that I paid the statement balance on my credit card because that is an automatic transaction that just happens. I always pay my statement balance in full every month, and that came out to $126.61. I also had a donation to charity on February 12th as well for $65, and I did mention that my mom would probably reimburse me for what I paid for the Moe's dinner, but I never showed that transaction, so that was plus $15. And then finally, on February 18th, my Apple storage subscription hit for 99 cents. So with those notes on the missed activity from my video, here is my final weekly total. Including all of my transactions, I spent $492.93, and that's the Starbucks and the Moe's. But if you exclude those because I either used a gift card or someone reimbursed me for the cost of that, I actually spent $472.44. If we break that down, 27% ended up being my statement balance to pay off my credit card. Let me know down in the comments below if you consider paying off your credit card spending for that week or that month, or if you consider that past spending. I don't carry any credit card debt, so it just so happened that came due this week, so let me know down below how you consider that spending. 14% ended up being a charity donation that we mentioned, 4% was that trip to Walgreens, 13% was taxes, and that's definitely a once in a year expense for me. And then 11% was the $50 that I invested that week into my M1 taxable account. And finally, 32% was the $150 that I transferred out of my personal checking and moved to my business. And since that account is completely separate from my personal budget, I did count that as spending. So if you exclude the paying off of the credit card, the business transfer, and the investing, I really only spent less than $150 this week, which I think is pretty good, and I would say is pretty much on average with what I see week to week. And before the video ends, I just want to remind you one more time to check the description box down below for links to everyone else's What I Spend video. Make sure you go check out all of their channels as well. There's a man on a bike, and I cannot let him know that I'm vlogging right now. And I feel very awkward because yes, I am vlogging in the car. I'm at a red light. Don't worry, I will stop once it turns green, but this is kind of a long red light. Time of year or time of day. Oh look, there's the sun coming out.